Thanks again, Ian. In this segment, we're going to cover a range of coping strategies and ideas at a rapid pace to get as much information out to you as possible. Don't worry though, you'll get a link to some resources to supplement what we talk about.
Let's focus on the basics, which, let's be honest, aren't always easy and lately don't feel like basic. When we talk about basics, we're talking about sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Thank you to Dr. Batla for covering the topic of sleep. We thought we could focus on a broader range of strategies because many of us will need to amp up our coping to help us deal with this added stress and change in our daily routine. As we go through these strategies, please keep in mind that this is not a to-do list, but rather you creating a strategy to improve how you are doing right now. Sometimes what works one day might not work the next, so having options is always encouraged.
It can be a bit overwhelming to know what to do and where to start when you're feeling a high level of stress due to uncertainty, like we all are right now. We thought it might be helpful to give you a reference point to help organize strategies that we're going to present. When you're conceptualizing your mental wellness, it's important that you attend to each of the 5 facets of your well-being: your physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual self. So let's start with physical strategies. Physical strategies can be any type of exercise. You don't have to run a 5K every day, but even just a 30-minute walk each day can have a positive impact on your mood. Another strategy to keep in mind is maintaining a good habit of hygiene by ensuring that you shower, you get dressed, you brush your teeth, and you continue with all the routines that you had in place before COVID-19.
For mental strategies, we wanted to talk about recognizing that mental strategies are really just about stimulating your brain and stimulating your brain in a way that isn't school. So if you think about that, think about ideas related to the people that you're living with, including your family, and sometimes that could be pets. So ideas could be having a family game night, putting together an interesting puzzle, engaging in an online escape room with friends, or even if it's reading for something fun. So not things school related and nothing COVID related, but rather just some fun reading. It could be comedy, it could be fiction, it could be a biography, for all that matters.
Okay, let's talk about social strategies. We all know that it's important to stay connected to family and friends. With the current circumstances, that is really challenging. One way many students are connecting is through social media or video conferencing. While this can be a great option, it's really important to keep an eye out for video conferencing fatigue. Sometimes we spend time connecting through video conferencing, we can notice an increase in fatigue because our minds are together, but our bodies feel that we're not. And that dissonance causes people to have conflict and feelings, right? So it can be really exhausting. It can be challenging to kind of like just relax into the conversation. If you're engaging in video conferencing over the next week, check in with yourself to see if you're feeling some of that dissonance due to video conferencing fatigue. If you notice that you're feeling more tired than usual after technology heavy day, make sure you incorporate some other strategies to help you cope, such as spending time with a family member face to face. It's also important to keep in mind that there are many virtual support options through like physicians, community agencies, if you need some more directed support. A list of those supports will be provided at the end of the presentation.
So what about emotional strategies? And yes, I mean emotions. And those emotions are going to range all over the place. We talked about emotions in general related to being a teen or a parent of a teen currently. But let's talk about the multiple emotion changes that can happen now with the level of stress that we're under. So to manage these, think about incorporating some sort of creative activity to your day. Maybe that's listening to your favorite music, maybe that's painting, drawing, or writing. The idea is to just create something. Anything that can assist you in relaxing, leading to calming your emotions would be helpful when we're talking about emotional strategies.
Last but not least, spiritual strategies. I think youth often find spiritual strategies the most challenging. When I think about spiritual strategies, I think about what helps me feel at peace and have hope. And one way to find peace could be through mindfulness or meditation. Developing mindfulness and relaxation skills takes time, but can give lots of rewards. Even a simple practice of just taking a few minutes every day to sit quietly and notice your breathing can help you feel calmer. There are lots of apps that can help you along the way. Some of them are costly. Insight Timer has a lot of free features. And remember that every time your mind wanders away from the present moment and you notice and you return it to the current moment, it's like doing a push-up for your brain. Mindfulness and relaxation can be helpful strategies to help cope with the added stress related to COVID-19 and also help combat video conferencing fatigue. Another spiritual strategy that you could try is a gratitude letter. Did you know that scientists have proven that demonstrating gratitude can have a significant positive impact on your happiness? You don't buy it? Well, give this activity a try. Find a quiet spot when you have a half an hour free and write a heartfelt letter to this person explaining how he or she has touched your life and why they're meaningful to you. Your letter can be as long as you like, but make it at least 300 words or so. Then you have to connect with that person in question. So you might want to talk to them over the phone. You might do a Skype or a Zoom call like this, but you should read the letter aloud. A gratitude letter is one of the most powerful tools for increasing happiness because it can forge those social bonds and really help have a positive impact on someone's life. Whew, that is a lot to process. We know we've just thrown a lot of information your way. Keep in mind that we will have different needs from day to day due to the ongoing uncertainty that we'll have to continue to experience. So we're all in this together. Back to you, Ian.